ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newton High School for CIML varsity boys basketball. Between Ames Cyclones and home Newton Cardinals. Now we're starting on for tonight's game with the Ames Cyclones, number 23, James Hayes. Number 31, Ryan Hayes.
Greeley. It will be Greeley and Ross Marston to tow it up in the center ring as we're about ready to go with the opening tip-off. Again, Ames and Newton right here on News Talk 1430 KASI. If you're looking for the Iowa State game, tune into 105.1 Channel 2. And the opening tip is underway, and it's controlled by the Cardinals as they're knocking in the backcourt. Scott Kelly at the point. They'll go to the left wing. A three-pointer up and missed badly by Britt Long. As it's deflected out of bounds with the rebound, and Ames High will get it back. They're going to face some full court pressure here by the Newton Cardinals. Again, coming into the contest, Newton 1-2 on the year. Ames High at 2-1. It'll be David Mewey slowly to work it up against the 2-2-1 full court press. Ames High will try to break it with a skip pass up top by Arnaud, but it's deflected away. And Ames High will have to play it. Just 16 seconds gone by in the game. Leary will play it in along the near sideline. He'll get it into Tays. He'll walk it up the court right to the left. As Tays will go to the high post right side to Marsden. He's quickly double teamed. Back to Tays for three. It's up off the mark. Rebound underneath. Comes down to Adam Hobel-Heinrich. Here comes Greeley on the drive. He's cut off. We'll circle it back out to Law on the right wing. He'll put on the floor with the right hand. They'll look to penetrate in on Cadis, who will draw the assignment out of the man-to-man. They'll lob it down low. Greeley, right block, layup, up, no good. Rebound tipped up. Greeley gets it. Putback is there for Kurt Greeley and the Newton Cardinals take a 2-0 lead on Ames High. Here's Mewey ahead in the front court. He's caught up on the right wing. Skip pass left side to Cadis, back to Tays. To Mewey to reset on the right wing. They'll go right block to Arnaud. Inside, layup, good by Marsden. He's pushed from behind on the shot. And Ross Marsden ties up the ball game at 2 apiece. He'll go to the line to try to convert the three-point play. The foul committed by the point guard for Newton and Scott Kelly. Kelly got mismatched on the double team as they doubled down on Arnaud on the right block. Marsden cutting through the lane, got the layup, but he misses the free throw here, and it's a 2-2 ball game. Newton on the drive. Here's Law. Runner in the lane. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around, and it comes down to Law. And then he's fouled by Arnaud, who's called for reaching in. Each team with a foul apiece, tied at 2, 6:48 left to go here in the opening period. Britt Long will trigger it in, baseline left side, slaps it, holds it high, gets it to the center lane. Greeley, turn on jumpers, up, not there, right off the back end of the iron. And Ames High comes down with a rebound. Again, working it down the floor, right to the left. Tays works it over the near side of the court, cut up, he'll fire it to Cadis, and Tays is pushed as soon as he threw the ball away. Foul committed by Britt Long. That'll be his first, the team's second against Newton. 2-2 ball game. Cadis windbounded along the near sideline. Will get it in backcourt to Tays. He'll walk it across the half-court line. Newton with some zone pressure. 1-3-1 look against Ames High. Mewey will bounce it to Arnaud. Baseline left side. He'll draw it in, and he's going to say, we're going to say he stepped out of bounds along the baseline as Arnaud was driving in. That's the first turnover of the game by either team. 6:24 to go in the opening quarter. Tied up at 2 between Ames High and Newton. Cardinals back with the ball. The work at high post to Greeley. He'll drive in. Floater in the lane is up. Missed it badly. An air ball. And Ames High will get it back. Oh, Kurt Greeley, we thought he looked like almost a prospect. His first couple of shots have been way wide of the mark. Maybe a little too jacked up for this one. Now 1-3-1 full court pressure for Ames High as they look to work it across. They do to Tays into the half court. James takes a dribble, fires it high post right side to Marston. Inside or not, spins left, missed the layup. It was wide open, couldn't get it to go down. And the Cardinals back with the rebound. Here's Kelly on the drive, baseline, right side, jumpers up, not there. Rebound to Arnaud of Ames High. Little Cyclones ahead into the front court. Here's Tays to Cadis, right wing, passed up the three. We'll give it off to Tays, now to Mew. A 1-3-1 for the Newton Cardinals. Tays out of Mew, left wing, down to the baseline left side. It's Arnaud. Tays right wing. He'll fire up the three. It's up. Good! A three-pointer by James Tays. 5-2 Little Cyclones with 5:20 to go in the opening period. Great inside-outside combination for Ames High. Here's Greeley backing in on Arnaud. Austin held his ground. Greeley will pass it back out, and Newton will reset. Law on the right wing to the high post. Here's a turn on jump shot. Deflected away. Greeley rebound. Putback is not there. And the rebound to Ames High. Still a 5-2 lead for Little Cyclones. They've got the ball inside of 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Tays across the half-court line will pick it up in between the rings. Gives it to Cadis. To Tays. Reverse it right side wing to Mewing. Now to Marston. High post. Back outside to Cadis. He'll look to drive. Now to Tays. Ames High will play from wing to wing to Arnaud. Inside to Marston. Ball deflected away. Last touch by Ames High. And the Little Cyclones turn it over for the second time tonight. And Ames will go to their bench. Enter Nick Ledwiller. He'll come in for Arnaud. 5-2 Little Cyclone lead. 4:34 left to go in the opening quarter. Driving down is Kelly. High shot, high off the glass, rebound to Marston. He'll outlet it ahead to Mewing. David on the drive with the left hand, picks it up outside of the wing. Now gets it to Tays near the center circle. Back to Mewey on the wing. They'll go inside. Letwiller layup, right hand, good by Nick Letwiller. Off the bench for two, and Ames High has a 5-point lead at 7-2 on Newton. Cardinals into the front court. Greeley at the foul line has it nearly stripped away by Letwiller. Now back right side. Law will spot him. Takes the three and parries it from the right wing. Derek Law with a triple from the right wing. And it's 7-5 Little Cyclones. Ames ahead of the front court. Here's Marsden. Drives right side. Goes up and he's falling for a travel as he would look to go up against Kurt Greeley. Some hesitation on Marsden as he was wide open on the wing as he looked to drive. And Ames High will turn it over for the third time. Newton has yet to turn it over. Ames High into the game with another substitution. Jordan Gilmore into the contest. He'll check in for David Mewey. So it is Gilmore, Tays, Cadis, Marsden, and Litwiller. They'll go high post to Greeley. He'll dump it down low for Hobo Heinrich. He has it stripped away. Law picks it up. A floater in the lane, no good. A rebound tip-up is there by Kurt Greeley. And we're tied up at 7. The Cardinals on a 5-0 run have tied it up at 3:30 to go in the opening quarter. Now Gilmore didn't come across the half-court line, and Ames High will turn it over. He passed it across the half-court line. Litwiller wanted to pass it back, and he was saying, Jordan, get across the half-court line. Jordan wouldn't move. Litwiller had to pass away before a 5-second call went against him. And Ames High turns it over for the fourth time tonight. 7-7 ball game, 3:20 now left to go in the opening quarter. Here's Kelly, goes high post to Greeley, puts it on the floor with the left hand, drives in, spots up, takes a jumper, can't get it. Gilmore gets the rebound for Ames High. Into the front court with the right hand on the dribble. Goes to the center ring to set up the offense. Now at the point is Jordan Gilmore to Cadis. Cross-court pass left side to Tays. Now to Marsden, high post, turnaround jumpers, up good. A 15-footer by Ross Marsden. Showing the range, that's his fourth point of the night. Ames High up by 2. Here's Greeley for 3, right wing, it's no good. Law will try to save it in. He'll spike it into Cadis, who has it knocked away by Scott Kelly out of bounds. And Ames High will hold on to the ball with a 2-point lead. 2:48 to go here in the opening quarter. Ames High being led now by Ross Marsden with 4. Kurt Greeley with 4 for the Newton Cardinals. So the stars starting to shine for both teams. Left corner, Tays open for 3, takes the jumper and swishes it from the left corner. Got a great pass from Gilmore. Tays' his second triple of the ball game. 12-7 Little Cyclones. Here's Greeley, right block, turn, jumper, and air ball. Rebound to Jordan Gilmore. He'll try to get rid of it. It's stolen away. Newton up with it. Layup up and in by Reed Wilson. A turnover costly for Ames High, their 5th of the game. Into the front court, Cadis fouled as he was going for the ball. on a pass from Gilmore. That was a little soft across the half-court line, and a foul called against Newton. That's against Adam Hobel-Heinrich. That's his first, the third team foul against Newton. Little Cyclones will play it in, working now against the 2-3 zone. They'll hit it high post to Marsden. Now to the right corner to Cadis, to Gilmore. He'll look to drive. He's cut up. Will bounce it inside. Litwiller, left block. Good with a right-hand layup off the glass for 2. And Litwiller has 4 points, 14-9. Little Cyclones out in front inside of 2 minutes to go in the first period. Here's Law for 3, left wing. It's up off the back end of the iron. The rebound tipped out by Marsden. And it's picked up by the Little Cyclones. And Ames High will quickly turn it over as Gilmore lost the handle on the ball. They'll go inside to Hobel-Heinrich. His layup not there. Rebound to Marsden. They'll give it up to Gilmore, who will toss it away, but no, it's deflected away along the near sideline by Newton. And also into the game is Eric Bunker for Ames High. Marsden and Cadis go out. 1:25 to go in the opening period. Ames High up by 5. Here's Bunker on the right wing. Will bounce it high post right side to Arnaud. He'll drive in the lane. Floating right-handers up and good by Austin Arnaud. A little 5-foot J for Austin. And it's 16-9 Little Cyclones. 1:08 to go in the opening period. Driving the lane as Kelly has it stripped away. That's the first turnover by Newton. As Taves came over the ball. Gilmore front court right side to Bunker on the wing. He'll bounce it off to Gilmore. High post right side to Arnaud. Dumps it back to Bunker in the corner to Arnaud. He'll spot up. Takes a 19-footer. Left it short. Rebound tipped out, and it comes down to Reed Wilson and Newton. Ahead of the front court. Here's Hobel-Heinrich. He's caught up in traffic. We'll flip it up there. Ball's loose on the floor. Nobody wants it. Litwiller dives for it. Gets it. And he calls for a timeout with 39 seconds left to go in the opening period. Boy, nobody wanted that ball. What grit there by Nick Litwiller to dive for it on the floor. 16-9 Little Cyclones with the lead. They'll play it in with James Taves to Jordan Gilmore. They work it up against their full court. 2-2-1 pressure. Arnaud before the half-court line will try to sneak it across and it's thrown away by Reed. Front court right side, Law. Right hand good with the layup from the left side. And it's 16-11. Newton back within 5. Ames High's largest lead has been 7. Now the Little Cyclones turn it over again amongst the full court pressure. They've got 8 turnovers so far. 15 seconds to go in the period. Here's Law, right corner, picked up by Bunker. Takes a dribble to his left, now feeds it high post left side, driving in. Turnaround jumper by Storbeck is up, not there. Rebound to Gilmore. And here come the Little Cyclones. They can hold for 1. Down to 1 second. Gilmore doesn't realize it. Ames High does not get a shot off. And that is the end of the first period. 16-11 Little Cyclones with the lead after the first 8 minutes. We're back. Cyclone basketball here on News Talk 1430 KSI. In case you're wondering what the scores for the Iowa State-Iowa game, 43-35 Iowa. That game in the second half. Ames High led by James. He's got 6 in the opening period. Little Cyclones up 16-11. Here's Taves for 3, left wing, left it short. And the rebound comes down to the Newton Cardinals. Quickly ahead into the front court. They've got it with Britt Long. He'll fire it to Greeley. Arnaud will step right in front of the pass and steal it away. Front court left side. Here's Bunker. He has it knocked away. And it's loose and last touched by Newton. They'll make it Ames High, and the Cardinals will get it back. Little Cyclones have turned it over 9 times so far here in the first half. They've been shooting excellent from the field, but they just got to value the basketball. Here's Greeley, left block, drives in, fadeaway jumpers, up high off the glass for 2. For Kurt Greeley, who's got 6. 16-13, Little Cyclones with the advantage, but Newton on a 5-0 run. Ames in backcourt. Gilmore will bring it across with a right-hand dribble. Now will cross over in between the legs. Works it over to the near side. Fumbled the ball. Now we'll pick it up and hand it off to Bunker. Back right side to Taves. Now to Bunker in between the rings. Now left side to Gilmore. Looking to go to the high post. Bunker swishes it over to Taves for 3. No good on the shot. Rebound Gilmore. He got it. Turn on jumper by Jordan Gilmore. Not there. Rebound put back is there by Austin Arnaud. 2 cracks at it. Ames High gets the second chance bucket. Arnaud now with 4. Ames High breaks the ice. Now 18-13 Little Cyclones. Newton back with the ball. Greeley driving in left side. Turn on jumper. Deflected away by Marsden. Now Bunker gets the rebound, falls to the ground, and burns a timeout. 30-second timeout for Little Cyclones with 6:33 to go In the first half, 18-13, Ames High by 5. It was 6, and Reed Wilson with 2. Ames High will bring it in. Again, amongst full court pressure. Arnaud will bring it across the timeline. Skip pass up top. Cadis over to Taves for 3. Can't get the shot to fall, and the rebound to Newton. Here come the Cardinals down the floor, left to the right. Spotting him, taking the jumper is Britt Long. Misses it badly. Rebound, tipped around, and it comes down to Derek Long, the left corner. He'll work in on Cadis, dumps it to Greeley. Left block goes to the middle. Now deflected back outside to Scott Kelly. Back to Greeley, working in on Marston. Has it stripped away by Cadis. 2-on-2 opportunity. Cadis to the hole, right hand layup, no good, but a body block foul against the Newton Cardinals, and Ryan Cadis will go to the line to shoot 2. 5:56 to go in the first half, 18-13 Little Cyclones. In the first half, the free throw by Cadis is up and good. Ryan Cadis checks into the scoring column tonight. Came in just averaging a point. Well, he's hit his average, now looking to exceed it, as he gets the freebie from 15 feet away. Fires it up and left it short. Rebound underneath. Comes down to Greeley. 19-13, Little Cyclones by 6. Largest lead of the game was by Ames High with 7. 5:45 to go in the first half. Newton works it around offensively. They got it to Britt in the right corner, and he's called for a double dribble. Good defense by Jordan Gilmore to get out and stick Britt Long. Newton turns it over for the 3rd time tonight. Ames High with 9 turnovers. That's really what's hurt them. Otherwise, it'd be a much larger lead. Gilmore across the half-court line. Tries to avoid the double team. Does to Arnaud, who will drive in. Left-hand layup. No good. Tip up and in by Marsden. Ross with 6 in the contest. 21-13, Little Cyclones. Driving down Kelly. Spots up. Takes the jumper. Can't get it. Taves will get the rebound for Ames High. Gilmore will push it ahead for Little Cyclones. Now back out to Taves to the center ring to reset at the point. So Arnaud now left side to Cadis on the wing. Cross-court pass to the right. Gilmore will drive in, spots up, takes an 18-footer. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Newton. So Ames High will play it in underneath their own hoop. 5:01 to go in the first half. Up 21-13 are the Little Cyclones. Taves will pass it in. Baseline to the left. Gets it into Marsden in the quarter. To Cadis on the wing. Back to Taves. To Cadis. He'll drive in the lane. Spots up. 13-foot jumper's up and good. And a foul on the shot, as Cadis is able to get it to go through. That's his 3rd point of the night. See who the foul is against. It was after the shot. It's against Newton. That's the 5th team foul. Kurt Greeley will pick up his 1st. Now Taves will play it in. Baseline to the left underneath the hoop. Slaps it, holds it high. Throws it out to Cadis on the wing. Left side, now back right. Arnaud for 3. It's up, no good. Rebound comes down to Derek Long. Here come the Cardinals, down by 10, 23-13. Ames with the largest lead. Kelly for 3, top of the key. It's up off the back end of the rim. Rebound to Hobo Heinrich. He'll tip it out to Law. He'll drive in. Foul line jumper up, not there. Rebound tipped up. Arnaud will get it for Ames High. He'll poke it ahead to Taves. Front court left side. Taves on the wing will spot up, takes the 3. It's good! A 3-pointer by James Taves. His 9th point of the first half. Little Cyclones rolling by 13. And a timeout taken by Mike Moran of Newton, as the Little Cyclones have jumped out to a 13-point lead. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute. You'll Newton, BJ Shaven along with you. Kyle Moss, our producer, back at the studio in Ames. 26-13. Little Cyclones with a 13-point lead. Iowa State men down 48-39. Here's a 3 from the corner by Kelly. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped down to Jordan Gilmore. And here come Little Cyclones in business again. Gilmore looks to drive. Cut off. Now back out to Taves. To Gilmore to reset. Gilmore will go back to the right to Cadis. On the wing, right side. Cadis will lob it up for Gilmore. Back left to Taves. Again on the wing. Ames High will play it around. Arnaud now at the foul line. Drives in. 14-footer. Rimmed up and in. No good. His tip-up is up and in. by Austin Arnaud. Nobody blocked him out. He puts it home. That's his 6th point of the night. Little Cyclones up 28-13. 3:40 now left to go in the first half. Kelly way out front, picked up by Tays, out of the man-to-man. Kelly will drive in the left hand, in the lane, running jumpers, banked home for 2 by Scott Kelly. 28-15, Little Cyclones by 13. Driving in is Cadis. He has it stolen away from behind. 10th turnover of the first half by Ames High. Reed ahead of the front court for Newton. Will bob it down to the block left side, and it's kicked away by Hobel Heinrich. He wanted to say it was against Ames High instead of picking up the ball. And the official said, no, son, it went off your heel. As it went on to bounce along the baseline. Ames High down in the front court. Cadis to Gilmore to reset. Right in between the rings to Tays. Now they get it to Arnaud. He'll lob it to Arnaud. Layup is up and good. Pretty play by Arnaud. He just put it up in the air, and Marsden just tipped it up and in. Assist to Arnaud, 30-15. Ames High down on the other end of foul going against Ross Marsden, as Kurt Greeley took it right back at him down on the other end. So at the line, it'll be Reed Wilson. Ross Marsden will pick up his first. Marsden with 8 points so far here in the first half. He's been set up beautifully by his teammates. First free throw is up and good by Reed Wilson. 30-16 your score. Wilson now with 3 points in the contest. The next free throw up and good. And Wilson hits them both. Ames High with a 13-point lead. 2:55 to go in the first half. Little Cyclone sophomores won by 20 earlier tonight, just to let you know. Now into the front court, Arnaud will turn it over with a bad pass. Law drives the lane, has it tipped away, and Newton will turn it right back over to the Ames High Little Cyclones. Front court, left side, Cadis will drive in, right hand layup, no good. And they get Arnaud for going up over the back of Derek Law. And Arnaud will pick up his second, third team foul against Ames High. Little Cyclones by 13 points with 2:34 to go in the first half. Nick Lidwiller now into the contest. Kind of a rambunctious crowd here tonight. Not a bad setting for basketball here in Newton. Lights are on. They've made some renovations here to the gymnasium, and it looks terrific. Newton will have it left wing with Law. Now to Hobel Heinrich. Backward to the right side to Reed on the wing. To the foul line to Greeley. He'll spot up. Takes the 17-footer and hits it. Kurt Greeley with his 8th point of the night. 30-19. Little Cyclones by 11. Front court right side. Tays inside to Marsden on the block. Turn-on jumpers up. No good. Rebound to Greeley. Now to Reed. Front court left side of the court. He'll look to penetrate in. He's tied up by Gilmore. Lost out of bounds. Last touch by Newton. Ames High again with an 11-point lead. Largest was at 15. Front court right side. Here's Tays. Newton on a 4-0 run. Gilmore will hold it in between the rings. Ames High going to be patient against the 2-3 zone. Make Newton come out to defend. Gilmore left side wing. Now to Cadis. Back to Gilmore on the wing. To Cadis, top of the circle. Back to Gilmore. Open for 3. Takes the jumper. Can't get it. Rebound to the weak side. Goes to Hobel Heinrich. Front court left side. Here's Reed. He has it thrown away by Gilmore. And Gilmore's going to be called for the double dribble as he stole it away. Wow, Gilmore thought about just the open hard court in front of him, that yellow wood, and it was called for the double dribble. Wanted to get his first field goal as a varsity player. He struggled in the early going of his career, but he's showing good signs tonight though. Into the front court, Newton will turn it over as Scott is stolen by Cadis. Left side, Tays for 3 from the wing. It's up left short. Rebound tipped out to Marsden. Back to Tays, top of the circle for 3. Good! James Tays buries another triple, his 4th of the night. He's got 12, 33-19, and a foul on Tays on the other end as Scott Kelly was looking to drive in. 1:05 to go in the first half. Ames High up 33-19. Sparked by James Tays and Ross Marsden. Tays with 12, Marsden with 8, Arnaud with 6, Litwiller with 4. Inside of a minute now to go in the opening half. Ames High up 33-19. Newton will have it left wing with Kelly. Caught up, will fire it back here to the near side to Josh Meredith. Now to the high post. Hobel Heinrich to Greeley. Drives in right hand. Has it stolen away by Marsden to Gilmore. Front court left side for Gilmore. Now to Litwiller along the baseline. Back to Gilmore. He'll drive in the lane. Spots up. 12-foot jumper wide of the mark. Rebound to Derek Law. He'll drive in and he's fouled by Cadis. 33-19. Little Cyclones with the lead. 28 seconds left to go in the first half. Law will play it in, baseline to the left. Slaps it, holds it high, gets it into the corner right side to Hobel Heinrich. Now to Meredith. High post right side to Greeley. He'll lob it into Hobel Heinrich. He's got up. Shot up and away is up and good by Adam Hobel Heinrich. 33-21. Little Cyclones lead at 12. Neely caught up in backcourt and he'll turn it over. Spotting up jumper. Meredith good from 14 feet away from the right elbow. And the lead now down to 10. As Kelly tried to steal away the inbounds pass. Boy, Ames High is not so sure of themselves right now. They've got 13 turnovers in the first half compared to the 5 for Newton. 3.4 seconds to go before break. Cadis, front court, left side. Litwiller at the horn, off the mark to the right as he fired it from about 23 feet away. No good. And that will be the end of the first half. The Ames High Little Cyclones with a 17-point second period. They lead at 33-23 over the Newton Cardinals. So lots of scoring in this one. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll recap the first half. You're listening to Ames High Basketball. Arnaud, Marsden, Kays, Mewey, and Cadis. Cadis will have it right now on the right wing. Will penetrate in along the baseline. Rolling left-hander, no good. Kind of stumbled his own feet, couldn't get his shot off. And Newton back with the basketball. Down the floor, right to left, right to the right corner. Here's a 3 by Long. It's up good. A 3-pointer by Britt Long. And it's 33-25. They call it a 2 as his foot was on the line for Britt Long. Now Ames High will play it up against the full court 2-2-1 press. They got it across the half-court line with Arnaud on the drive with the right hand. Kicks it right side. Mewey with a 17-footer. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to the Cardinals. Ames High cold to start the second half. Here's Derek Long. Left baseline working in on Tays. Dishes it to the lane. Hobel Heinrich shot rejected away by Marsden. Front court right side. Cadis drive. Layup good with the right hand off the window for 2. Cadis' 5th point of the night, 35-25. Ames High back to a 10-point lead. Here's Kelly. Tosses it to Greeley. He'll work on Marsden. Drives in. Right-hand layup. No good. Rebound comes down to Tays. James will slowly work it ahead. Ames High will set up the half-court offense. Works it to the far side wing to Cadis. They'll look to attack the 1-3-1. Now they go baseline right side. Marsden couldn't get a handle, gets his own rebound. Put back out there by Marsden. And Newton will pick up the ball. Boy, Ross just has to dunk that basketball when he's that close. Now here's Derek Law on the right wing. Looks to work with it. Hobel Heinrich has it poked away from behind. Arnaud up with the turnover. Front court right side layup. No good. Tip up not there. Arnaud gets his own rebound. Put back out there. Had 2-3 cracks at it. Could not get it to go down. Front court left side. The ball thrown away by Law on inadvertent contact. Scott Kelly is slow to get up. Jordan Gilmore now into the game. He'll check in for David Mewey. And Ames High, if you will. 33-25. Little Cyclones with a 10-point lead. 6:02 left to go in the third quarter. As we're just getting the second half underway here from Newton. Gilmore now at the point will find Arnaud before the half-court line. Back to Gilmore. Takes a dribble, gets it across the Half-court line as it gets it to Cadis. Now to Gilmore to reset. Ames High will work the offense right at the center circle. Gilmore picked up by Long. Now gets it to Tays, left side to Cadis. He'll take a dribble. Now we'll toss it back to the right. Ball deflected away and off of the hands of James Tays. And Ames High will get it back, or excuse me, Newton will get it back on the turnover. The 15th turnover of the ball game for Ames High. 5:35 to go in the third period. Little Cyclones up by 10. Driving in, Scott Kelly in the lane, goes up right-hand layup, not there, rebound tipped out. It'll come down to Newton. Here's Kelly again driving in, he's caught up in the air and a foul called against Ames High. Boy, Kelly had the tip out on the rebound and then he drove in. Newton will play it in from the right corner. They get it out to the law to Kelly to Storbeck for three. Top of the circle, no good. And the rebound to James Tays. He'll get it off to Gilmore and will bring it across the half-court line and will work the offense to the far wing. Now to Cadis, top of the circle, back to Gilmore on the wing. To Arnaud, right corner against the 2-3-1 or 2-3 zone. He'll drive in and Arnaud will hit the layup from the left side with the right hand off the left side of the glass for two. And it's 37-25. Arnaud now with 8 in the game. Here's Greeley, high post left side, now out to Long, right of the key. He'll look to penetrate in, drives to the right hand as it's stripped away by Arnaud. Ames High into the front court with Tays. He'll slow it down to work up the half-court offense. 4:35 to go in the third period. Gilmore to Tays. On the right wing, now to Gilmore. Back left it goes to Cadis on the wing. To Arnaud, high post right side to Cadis in the corner. A 19-foot jumper, no good from the left side. Arnaud's putback is there. Austin Arnaud gets it from the left side on the tip-in. And now a double dribble called against Scott Kelly as soon as he brought it across the half-court line. Got some pressure from James Tays. That's the 8th turnover of the ball game for Newton. And Coach Mike Moran wants a timeout. Little Cyclones with a 14-point lead, 39. And the Little Cyclones are looking good here against Newton. Again, they've won 7 contests in a row against the Cardinals, trying to make. So on the floor for Ames High is Cadis, Marsden, Arnaud, Gilmore, and Tays. Cadis at the top of the circle, gets it off to Tays on the right wing. Now back to Gilmore. To Tays, right wing for three. It's up, high-arcing shot, good! A three-pointer by James Tays. His 5th triple of the night. And it's 42-25 Little Cyclones. Down to the other end, Scott Kelly will drive it in and put it home off the glass for 2. 42-27 Little Cyclones with the lead of the ball. 3:44 to go in the third period. Arnaud, high post, gets it down low to Marsden. He'll hit a turnaround layup. Great pass from the high post to the low post from Arnaud to Marsden. And Marsden now with 10 in the game. Here's Greeley on the drive in. He'll kick it left corner. Jumper by Long is up and good from 16 feet away from the baseline to the left. 44-29 down to the other end. Marsden will lay it up and in as Tays hit him on a quick one-timer right back up the middle. 46-29 Little Cyclones. Down on the other end, a foul against Ames High as Scott Kelly drove it in the lane. Boy, both of these two teams quickly striking on the other end. Ames High with a 15-point lead at 46-29. James Tays, that'll be his 3rd. He'll check out. Eric Bunker now in. Long will get it into Greeley. Right post, turnaround jumpers up and good by Kurt Greeley. Out of the top of Marsden, down to the other end. Cadis by Marsden, right to the left, and Ames High will lay it up and in as they break the pressure. Marsden now with 14 points in the game. Right corner, here's Reed. He'll spot up, takes the three, can't get it to go. Rebound to Hobel Heinrich for Newton. Back outside it goes to Kelly, to Greeley, left side post. Goes to the inside. Now back out to Long. He'll drive in the lane, kicks it back out to Reed. Right wing, out of the top of the circle, reverse it left side. Kelly inside to Greeley and he's pushed from behind by Marsden. Marsden will pick up his 2nd. And that'll be the 3rd team foul here in the late half against Ames High. Newton with no personal fouls. And Nick Litwiller into the contest for Marsden. So it is Litwiller, Arnaud, Gilmore, Bunker, and Cadis for Ames High. 48-31 Little Cyclones with a 17-point lead, their largest of the game. Here's Kelly, top of the circle, goes left side and is thrown away by Bunker. 9th turnover by Newton, and Gilmore will slowly walk it ahead. Now to the right, he'll get it to Cadis, to Litwiller, back to Cadis on the right wing, to Litwiller, left block, goes up, right hand, layup, good from the left side by Nick Litwiller. He's got 6 of the game, and it's 50-31 Little Cyclones. 2:05 to go in the third period. Ames High really opening it up. Litwiller will tie up Reed on his drive to the hoop. Jump ball will give it back to Ames High. As they've really opened things up with a 3-point shot from Tays. And Marsden getting it going on the inside. Arnott with 10 in the game. Here's Cadis, bounce pass left side. Litwiller, right hand layup, not there. Gets his own rebound in the lane, dishes it back left to Bunker, and it's off of his hip and out of bounds along the near sideline. 16th turnover of the ball game for Ames High. Not pretty that way, but field goal percentage, Ames High doing a terrific job. 1:43 to go in the game. Here's a drive and a steal by Ames High as Kelly ran it into the lane. Litwiller will pick it off. Cadis, front court, right side, drives in along the baseline. Jumper from 16, no good. Rebound, Litwiller, put back, rejected away by Greeley. Here's Kelly on the other end. A floater in the lane, too hard off the glass. Rebound to Cadis of Ames High. Little Cyclones will hold on to it with 1:20 to go in the third period. Ames up by 19. Gilmore ahead of the front court, barking out his offensive call. High post right side now to Cadis. Back out to Gilmore, working against the 2-3 zone, and they're matching up is Newton. Here's Cadis. Back to Gilmore. Ames High going to try to hold here as long as they can with a 19-point lead. Gilmore way outside on the left. Passes it up to Bunker. Now back to the near side. It comes to Cadis. Inside of 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gilmore has the ball. Way out front. Now we'll go left to Bunker. On the wing to Litwiller down to the left corner. Back to Bunker. Inside of 30 seconds now left to go in the third period. Ames High again up by 19. Here's Cadis. They look to drive in, cut off. We'll get it back out to Gilmore. Now down inside of 20. Ames High making Newton work defensively. Here's Bunker. Back to Gilmore on the center ring, now inside of 10. Gilmore is going to have to work with it. Now to Bunker, down to 5. Back to Gilmore. They look to drive in the lane, left-hand layup, no good. Tip up and in, not there by Litwiller. As, boy, Ames High had a good look at it to close out the third period, but they'll take a 19-point lead into the fourth and final period. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to KASI. Iowa City 61-60, Iowa by 1 with inside of 2 minutes to go in that game. Here it's a 50-31 lead for Little Cyclones. Fourth period just getting underway. Britt Long into the right corner, caught up, and he's called for a double dribble. And Newton will now turn it over for the 11th time tonight. So Iowa State making it close without Curtis Stinson on the floor. 61-60 your score. Ames High with the basketball in backcourt. Driving in, here's Arnott. He'll flip it back outside to Gilmore. To Cadis, baseline left, it goes to Marsden. Now to Gilmore, Cadis spots up, takes the three, can't get it to fall from the left wing, and the rebound to Derek Long. Here come the Cardinals to Greeley, right block, drives in, spots up, turn on jumper, deflected away. Loose on the floor and a foul called against Newton. That'll be the first in the second half against the Cardinals. And it's against Adam Hobo-Heinrich, his second. And Ames High up by 19, their largest lead of the game. Comes with 7:20 to go in the contest. Ames High slow to break the pressure in backcourt with Gilmore. They'll throw it across the half-court line to Cadis. Back to Arnott, who did not get across the half-court line, and an over and back violation. Ames High will turn it over for the 17th time tonight. Still holding on to this 19-point lead. Now Kelly will fire it across the half-court line for Newton. They'll go inside. Here's Greeley posting in on Marston. Has his shot rejected away. Greeley picks it back up underneath the hoop, tries to go with the reverse layup. Law picks up the loose ball. He'll fire one away. Can't get it to go in or not. Will get the board for Ames High. Little Cyclones again with a 19-point lead inside of 6:48 now left to go in the game. Ames High will be slow with it offensively. They'll go to Arnott. High post inside to Marsden. Back out to Tays. As the Little Cyclones have a huge lead here. Newton not really a good comeback team, so Ames High could get their 8th straight against the Cardinals tonight. Here's Cadis. Cross-court pass left wing. Now to the top of the circle. They get it to Arnott. High post. Driving in. Spins with the right hand, and he's called for a walk. 18th turnover of the game by Ames High. And the Cardinals will get it back. 6:20 to go in the contest. Ames High being sparked by Tays with 15. Marsden with 14. Arnott with 10 of the game. Here's Kurt Greeley on the drive, and he's bodied on his way to the hoop as he was working it in on Marsden. Kurt Greeley leading the way for the Newton Cardinals as Marsden just picks up his 4th team foul in the second half against Ames High. Greeley again with 10 in the contest. Newton will play it in baseline to the right with Britt Long. He'll get into the corner to Law, now to Hobel Heinrich. Back left side to Long. To Kelly to reset top of the circle. To Greeley, high post, pump fakes, drives left, goes up, left hand layup, good by Kurt Greeley. 50-33, Ames High's lead down to 17. Here's Tays, right side of the court, gets it to Marsden along the baseline. Back out to Tays, has it swatted away by Long. Ames High will hold on to it along the near sideline. Ames High will play it into Gilmore. Has it in between the rings, now to Arnott. At the high post, and a charging foul against Austin Arnott as he was backing in on Hobel Heinrich. Arnott will pick up his 3rd with 5:37 to go in the game. 5th team foul against Ames High. Newton still holding out hope. They got to make a run here shortly. Here's Derek Law along the left wing, goes inside to Greeley, and he's fouled from behind by Marsden. Marsden tried to deny the basketball from behind with Greeley, and he picks up his 4th personal. So Ross will have to grab some bench with 5:29 to go in the game. Ames High up by 17. Britt Long will play it in baseline to the left. Lobs it out to Scott Kelly. Left side of the arc, Kelly works it to the far side. Now drives in, rolling right hand layup, good by Kelly. He's got 6. 50-35, Ames High's lead trimmed down to 15. Now to Arnott, left side of the court, 5:10 left to go in the game. Ames High is yet to score here in this 4th period of play. Gilmore to Cadis. Along the left wing, now to Gilmore. Back to Cadis on the wing. Cross-court pass to the right to Tays. Arnott, high post, drives the lane, goes up, right hand, layup, good! Nobody contested him on the shot. Arnott now with 12. 52-35, Little Cyclones. Here's Long for 3, left corner. It's up, no good. Rebound tipped around, and it comes down to Jordan Gilmore. And the junior will slowly walk it ahead for Ames High. Goes to the high post or not. Back to Tays for 3, right wing. It's up, in and out, no good. Rebound to Greeley of Newton. Cardinals back down on the other end. Here's Derek Law on the drive. Spins left, jumper up, no good. Rebound comes down to Cadis. He'll go behind the back on the dribble. Cadis into the front court. Will spin it off to Gilmore, and Ames High will hold. 4:15 to go in the game. Little Cyclones up by 17. Inside, Litwiller. Layup, good. Great pass from Arnott to Litwiller. And Nick Litwiller with 8 points in the contest. 54-35, Little Cyclones. Law for 3. He'll bank it in from the right wing. His 8th point of the night, 54-38, Little Cyclones. Here's Tays for the answer. Right wing, it's up, good. A 3-pointer. And James Tays with his 6th 3-pointer of the night. He's got 18 in the game. 57-38, Little Cyclones by 19 again. Greeley on the inside had it knocked free. Ball's loose, tied up as Tays and Greeley fight for it on the ground. And the ball will go to Ames High with the possession arrow. Now check out. It is Bunker, Gilmore, Arnaud, and Litwiller and Cadis on the floor. For Ames High, they've got a big lead here by 19. See what they have to play with it, 57-38. They'll turn it over as Arnaud's pass goes awry. Law, front foot, right hand layup, no good, but he's reached in upon as he was driving in. Let's see who this is against. Looks like it's against Jordan Gilmore. That'll be his first, team foul number 7. And at the line to shoot the 2-shot foul is Derek Law. Just the 3rd trip of the night to the line for Newton. The free throw by Law is up and good. With an 18-point lead, 3:24 remaining. The next free throw up and good by Law. They'll hit them both. Back to a 17-point edge for Ames High. Into the front foot. They got it Litwiller. Back outside it goes to Gilmore. High post to Marsden. They'll bounce it back outside to Litwiller to Bunker on the near side wing. Bunker puts it on the floor, drives to the right hand, spots up, 14-foot jumper, not there. Rebound comes down to Newton. Scott Kelly with it. Front court, right hand on the dribble. He'll drive in, cut up now to Greeley. Foul line, jumpers up and no good. Rebound to Gilmore. Gilmore, front court, left side to Cadis. He'll drive the lane, bounce pass to Litwiller, left block, now to Marsden. Back to Cadis, thought about the 3, will drive in, will bounce it back left to Litwiller. And they're going to call a 3-second violation against Ames High. And the Little Cyclones will turn it over for the 20th time tonight. But they still have a 17-point lead with 2:42 to go in the game. Ames High has shot an astounding percentage from the field. It's been a good night tonight for Ames High. Here's Greeley on the block left side. Turnaround jumpers up and good. He's got 14 in the game. 57-42. Ames High back up by 15. 2:25 to play. Marsden baseline to the right. Cadis in the lane. Turnaround jumpers up, no good, and he's fouled on the rebound. As he went in to go get it, he was given a shove from behind. Just the 3rd foul called against Newton here in the second half. The first against Derek Law for the game. Gilmore will play it into the right corner to Marsden. Now to Cadis. Back outside, it goes to Gilmore. Can't use the screen for Marsden. Now we'll work it to Marsden. Right block will drive in, kicks it back out to Cadis, to Gilmore. Back to Cadis, to Gilmore, along the left wing. 2:03 to go in the game. Ames High with a big lead of 15. There's Marsden, high post, passes it back out to Cadis. Now to Litwiller, in the left corner. To Cadis, reversing to Gilmore. Ames High just playing keep away. Inside to Litwiller, right hand layup, good! Great feed from Gilmore to Litwiller. That's his 10th point of the night. Ames High up 59-42. Newton ahead in the front court. They've got it with Derek Law. Along the right wing, he'll fire up a long one. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, tipped around, and it's tied up underneath the hoop. Looks like Josh Beckham is going to check into the contest for the first time tonight for Ames High. He comes in to replace Marsden. Also back in is Chris Voss. 90 seconds to go in the game. Ames High up by 17 with 1:30 to go again. Inbounds pass from Law underneath the hoop to Greeley. Can't get the layup. Rebound up and in by Hobel Heinrich. His 4th point of the night. 59-44. Ames High in backcourt, tosses it away. Their 21st turnover. Smith comes up with it to Greeley. Layup, right hand, good. Count the bucket. He's fouled by Beckham. Beckman with the foul. Greeley with his 16th point of the night. And it's 59-46. Little Tracy McGrady scored 13 points in the final minute 40 as Houston won last night. Greeley hits the free throw, and it's 59-47. Little Cyclones by 12. 1:05 to go in the game. Here's Litwiller, left corner, back out to Cadis. To Chris Voss at the point. Out of Bunker, near side wing. Bunker caught up in the 2-time, bounces it away as he gets it to Beckman. Out of Voss, reverse it left side to Cadis. Back right it goes to Bunker, he'll drive in, and a jump ball call. Possession arrow will keep it with Ames High. He tried to split, two defenders did. Bunker on the drive, and he was just caught up in traffic, along with Tyler Neath. Eric Bunker now out for Ames High. Enter Hank Weirson. Ames High will try to get into Beckman, and it's turned over. So 22 turnovers tonight by Ames High. Some of it going against that full-court pressure. The rest of it just mental mistakes. Randy Storbeck also into the game. Ames High also getting into the contest, Michael Lee. So does Lee, Voss, Weirson, Beckman, and also into the contest, Brian Larson. There's a drive, Newton underneath, back outside, looking to penetrate is Meredith. Shot no good, rebound put back on the way is up and in by Tyler Neath. 24 seconds to go, Ames High at 59-49, down on the other end. Weirson unable to get the shot to fall, fires it up again, no good. Rebound putback is there by Beckman. 61-49, Little Cyclones with the advantage. Here's a three from the corner by Newton, not there. Rebound tracked down to the corner by the Cardinals. Working to the baseline, down to 3 seconds in the game. Now to the corner. Storbeck for three, it's up good at the horn. 61-51, a two-point shot by Newton, but not enough. Ames High takes it 61-51. Newton outscores Ames High 20-11 in that fourth and final period, but the Little Cyclones get the victory. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, more here from Newton. You're listening to Little Cyclone Basketball here on KASI. We got a final yet?